let's talk about this. You can't forget the hit series Sopranos. It was a big break for our next guest. On the show, he portrayed Eugene Pontecorvo. Did I say that right?
That's correct.
There you go. It's the Italian in me. On the big screen, he appeared in American Gangster Disco, the critically acclaimed film The Irishman.
And acting isn't the only thing that this Brooklyn native is into. He is quite a busy entrepreneur, and he's joining us this morning with a little peek into what he's up to now. So please welcome New York's very own Robert Funaro.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Robert.
Welcome.
Pleasure
to
So
see
good
you.
to be- You know, 25 years since Sopranos made its debut on HBO. I mean, and everybody to this day still talks about this series. It's a fan favorite no matter what age you are, really. What do you think about the success and being a part of it?
It seems like yesterday,
Yeah.
really. It's just 25 years went by in a flash.
Yeah.
You know, I think the COVID crisis brought another couple of generations.
Yeah.
Before that, we were recognized, but the other generations, the kids that weren't able to see it, their
Yeah.
parents said, you can't see it, now you can see it.
Right.
You know, people come up to me all the time, you know, downstairs and everything, and they really appreciate what we did on the show. It was a great time, and you don't really miss it until you leave it, you know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So,
And it was just back in the headlines because they sold the booth.
oh yeah, that was crazy,
80
right?
grand.
Holy
Right.
cow, they'll be
Nuts.
selling
Where the
stuff.
final
I
scene
still
was.
got my members only jacket. I'm
Yeah,
holding
nice,
out.
nice. You know, looking back though, when you kind of look back on it all and you were first cast on the show, did you know then that this was going to be a hit?
I tell you, I came in on the third season, and I was watching it, but I really didn't realize it was going to be a hit. I was friends with James Gandolfini. We did a play in Europe called Streetcar Named Desire in Scandinavia. Came back, he went on to Hollywood and everything, and he found out through a friend of mine where I was working at Caroline's on Broadway. I was a manager there. And he said, if I was you, I'd get Bobby a job on your show. And P.S., James came down to Caroline's one night, just sitting at the bar, and he offered me an audition. I can't promise you anything. And that's how he changed the course of my life, and
Wow.
and through that, you know. He asked me if I was acting, but I said, nah, yeah, of course, you know. I was.
Of course I did. Of course I've got some
Wow.
acting.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had some great friendships that you
Yeah.
had before then, during this whole series, and the friendships that continue on to now.
Yes.
You're even in business
Yes,
with some
yes.
friends. Can you
We
tell the
have-
folks?
Yes, we have Omerta.com, and I've partnered up with Dan Grimaldi, Patsy Parisi, Jason Sabone, Jackie Jr. And we were
Look at
friends,
that.
friends on The Sopranos, having coffee, and we got this great coffee, and we're offering you some. And
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Okay.
You got take the cannoli.
Take the cannoli
And,
coffee.
And welcome
Nice.
to the family.
Oh, wow.
perfect.
That's a
Oh,
flavored.
look at that.
That's a
Take
flavored
the cannoli.
coffee, and that's just a straight coffee.
And
you
it's
know,
not just coffee, it's cigars also?
we do have cigars also.
Wow.
You know, it's one thing to do, we call that swag,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
legitimate swag. When I was offered the chance to, you know, to promote it, I said, I'm gonna bring in Danny and Jason. And Jason's like, and Dan, they love their coffee.
Yeah.
So they tried it, I tried it, and I said, man, this is really good. And the cigars too. It's one thing to promote something that's, you know, no, everyone gives you these offers. And that's really good stuff.
Good
So
stuff.
Mother's Day's coming up, so let's
Happy
get
Mother's
going.
Day to me.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Mama, here I got you. And Omerta's is sponsoring the Long Island Feast Fest, which is
Yes.
actually tomorrow. Tell us a little about that.
We're going to be doing a little bit of stuff that you were doing before, tasting pizzas, and I have this show called Homemade by Robert Funaro. I like to do cooking, and we're going to do a few videos and taste a lot of food at the brewery and Bayshore, and have a good time, you know, just trying everything out, you know, and just having fun.
So you like to cook too?
I do cook, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Homemade by Robert Funaro. We're going to start a show, and all peasant food, but stuff that was really wholesome, and you really feel good at the end of the day.
And from what I understand, you also have a connection with some football hero, local hero here.
Yeah.
Right? Tommy
Cutlets.
DeVito.
I told her,
Cutlets.
man, your mother doesn't make better chicken parmesan than my mother.
Right.
Mama Funaro's chicken parmesan. so
Everybody's mother, and
Makes
my
the
mother
best.
makes the best chicken parmesan, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody's mother makes it.
We partnered up with Tommy DeVito,
Yeah.
Danny, and Jason, and myself. We got these digital collectibles at Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlets at VIP. And we're
Tommy
doing
Cutlets.
these virtual things. It's a new thing. I don't know. You know, art, like you just had that program. You know, art you have there, and now there's virtual art. And by joining up, you get tickets, dinners with us at different restaurants like Danico's, where we had the 25th anniversary.
Cool.
And so you buy a virtual ticket and you get to mix it up with us, meet and greets and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
good. You're
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah,
You're
we're
busy,
trying,
and you
we're
have a
trying.
play with some of the
Yes.
castmates from The Sopranos as well. Tell us about the play.
Aida Totoro and John Fiore were teaming up for a play in Fairfield, Connecticut called The Petrillos, written and directed by Justin Weigel. And it's going to be in Fairfield, as I said, at the Sacred Heart Community University Theater.
Yeah.
And that's June 21st and 22nd. It's going to be great to work with Aida. It's a comedy, it's a farce. Everyone's going to have a lot of fun because we need fun. We need,
Yeah.
we need laughter.
Me
It's
too.
the lubricant for so many things, you know.
Totally.
Do you think there would ever be a reboot of Sopranos?
I don't think so. I think it ended there, you know, and
Yeah.
and I think that's
Gotta leave well enough alone.
yes. I mean, it's just perfect. I mean, I never realized there would be part of something that
Yeah.
was here in America. I mean, I'd say it's almost like the Beatles in a way.
I
People
know.
coming up to you, really, you get that feeling of, you know, how great it was, and I really miss it. And of course, James, God rest his soul. You know, he's
Yes.
a great guy. You know, I'm here because of him. you know,
Right.
so.
That what a story that was too.
Yes.
And that really speaks to the heart of who he was too, because a lot of people said he was a teddy bear.
Yeah,
right?
the most generous man,
Yeah.
and really, he did really great things for the whole cast, and it was like a family.
Right.
It was still a family,
Yeah.
and it was just some non-typical filming and stuff like that. Everyone was together, and even if you had one line, you were treated with respect and
Right.
loyalty, you know?
Awesome.
Yes.
Great to have you here, Robert.
Thank you,
so
Dan.
much.
Thank you for this. I'm like smelling
Thank
it.
you,
It smells
Hazel.
so
Yes,
good.
yes. Smell the aromatic
Can't
cafe.
wait to try it.
Omerta Coffee. Shop omerta.com.
All right, there you go. I like the
Thank
plug.
you. Thank